against your fellow man. Blood is sure as God, made black and white. What's done in the dark will be brought to the light. Sooner or later, gotta cut you down.
Welcome to the Patriot Hour for Saturday, 8/18, folks. Saturday, 8/18. It's Saturday evening. We got a special treat for you. We got Ben here in the studio. We're going to be going over a few different things here. See if there's any new Q updates, any new breadcrumbs drops. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for giving us some time. Please subscribe. Maybe after the video, like, share across all your social media platforms. But we're going to check in here with Ben. Ben, are you there?
What's up, y'all? How we doing?
All right. Glad to have you.
Oh, yeah. Excited to be here. Get back on the saddle again, if you will. Kind of doing some little remodeling to the old studio here at home so I can remotely get in their studio right there at the good old Patriot Hour. So excited to be at the show tonight, brother.
All right. I just put a hat on. Got my backwards ball cap with my POW.
Nice.
There you go, folks.
There you go.
All right. So we were talking earlier about John Huber while we were setting everything up.
Crazy, man. Crazy. Well, you know, I got a little Wikipedia here pulled up. I don't know what you got on him, but, you know, he was first nominated for the position by President Barack Obama in February 2015. Huber offered his resignation in March 2017 at the request of the Trump administration. However, the United States Attorney General Jeff Sessions subsequently appointed Huber as interim U.S. attorney under the federal Vaccines Reform Act. Huber was renominated by President Donald Trump in June 2017, and on August 3rd, 2017, he was unanimously confirmed by the United States Senate to an additional 4-year term as U.S. attorney, according to Wikipedia. Little
Okay,
good
well,
there.
I got Attorney General Jeff Sessions may have declined calls to appoint a second special counsel to investigate the FBI's behavior during the whole 2016 campaign, but the man has picked to lead an internal Justice Department review as a special counsel in every way but by the name. John W. Huber, the U.S. Attorney out of Utah, can convene a grand jury, issue subpoenas, collect evidence, and order witnesses to testify. All is the usual powers of a federal prosecutor has, as he delves into whether the FBI abused its power when it sought permission and then carried out wiretapping of the Trump campaign figures, or whether it toured too lightly in pursuing questions about Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton. Mr. Sessions said the facts of the FBI situation don't rise to the level of demanding a special counsel, but Mr. Huber is as close as one can be. So that's interesting, and I got that from
Very interesting.
from right here. So that is the Washington Times.
Washington Times.
John Huber, and this is back from April 1st of 2018. So April Fool's Day. But no, as far as I know, and I think we both know, me and Ben, Huber was appointed by Jeff Sessions, and it was in like November. So sometime in November, he started. This is when all the indictments kind of kicked in too, that we've been following. Ben is about the time that Huber. What date? Yeah, like November 3rd or something, and that's when all the indictments started. So Huber's been behind the scenes since November, and he's
Kinda
been looking
there.
into all kinds of things.
And you know, if what Q has, you know, some of the stuff with the Epstein Island, into what the pictures out there, what they're happening, which is just have to go wash my mind more than once and go cry in the corner after seeing some of this stuff and like the Podesta artwork and stuff. And you think to yourself, ooh, even
Yeah.
wow, what Q is talking about out here. This is coming in right about that time when that was happening. So it's very interesting, very interesting.
Yeah, and I mean, even just keeping it on like what are the things? We're waiting on an IG report yet from Huber over the Clinton Foundation. We're
Yep.
waiting on one for the Hillary Clinton server that she had in her basement, her rogue basement server.
Yep.
And then we're waiting on I think another IG yet for
Was there like
Russia
anything to do with
collusion.
the
Clinton-
collusion one?
That same thing they're doing to Trump, they should be doing to their
To
campaign.
themselves. Yeah, because they're the ones who actually colluded with people to get the idea that,
Well,
or
they
so
claim
far telling
Russia
that
hacked
Trump.
their server and took all the information, gave it to WikiLeaks, who released it in coordination with Russia. They're blaming Russia there. They're blaming Trump and Russia, but the whole time it was Seth
They
Rich.
got a big. Yeah.
I believe, I deeply believe, folks, it was Seth Rich.
I mean, it's only like, hey, how many times or how many coincidences can there be before there's a logical conclusion to what's happening? It is. It's. Oh, let's see some of the references he had before he came in. Trump the candidate nomination. So even when he was in there, and sorry, about that time he was nominated by Sessions. That's exactly when. What I mean, it's 40 to 50,000. They say 44, 45
Well,
plus.
that's
So it's
something else I
almost
wanted
like
to look into. I'll find it. Let you
All right.
talk here for a minute. I'll be digging into this, folks. But we're going to look for the list, the mass resignations of CEOs. I'm sure that's been updated.
I think there was the latest or one of the latest lists that Q had dropped earlier. Yeah, had the
Well, they had the
another
indictments.
round of who.
I can find all this real easy here. So let me. I'll just do it here. Go ahead and.
On a side note, I just really wanted, because I know the last Q drop was talking about, the watch the budget. Timeline has changed. Watch the budget, and I was able to pull up the 2019. Let's see, what is this here? The budget is like pretty much our American Department. I pulled the Department of Defense budget, and it was interesting because it. In this section where it says, okay, Department of Defense, and this is going to be their budget that they pretty much are going to be projecting that they're going to be getting and be granting for this year, or asking the Senate for, obviously. It's kind of, it gives 3 bullet points that I thought was very interesting, that a lot of people don't really realize that the DOD, the Department of Defense, is obviously a conglomerate of, you're talking the Army, the Navy, the Marines, the Air Force. They have all these different people. And so it was interesting when they say the highlights of the new budget. They have 3 bullet points, and it goes off on the president's 2019 budget. And he labels this 2019 budget preserves peace through strength. And he said that again. But one of the bullet points or the highlights of this, it says, and let me read it to you off on the screen right here. It says, the Department of Defense provides the military forces needed to detour war, and to protect the security of the United States. Real simple. Nothing real fancy. You don't have to be writing 10, 15-page books about what the Department of Defense does in terms of military forces. The second one it says is aligned with new national security and national defense strategies. The budget expands the military's competitive space, builds a more lethal force, achieves greater performance at affordability and speed, and enhances posture for more capable alliance and partnership network. The budget is critical for protecting the homeland, promoting American prosperity, preserving peace through strength, and through advancing American influence. And the final one, which was the DOD 2019 presidential request, was the budget request $686 billion for DOD and $80 billion for 13% increase, which is an 80 billion percent, or 13% increase from the 2017 enacted level. This includes 597 billion for the base budget and 89 billion for overseas contingency operations. So I love the fact that over almost 600 billions for the base budget. That's like for America. So I just thought it was really just cool just to see that new 2019 budget. It came out and just some of their highlights on that.
All right, I got a list here. No, that was definitely
Right straight from it was the budget 2019 budget of the year. So that's pretty awesome. Subscribers and all the viewers as well.
All right, let me see here. I kind of found something different here. Resignation info. This is the official resignation website based on resignation list. Caution, clown tool, Google spreadsheet. There are a lot of good people on this list. Not everyone on this list is a bad person. Not everyone will be indicted. Check out the indictments. Got that link up here. But we'll go to that next. So here we go. Resignations, all 400. What is that? 416 or...
Then 88 got a new job and 4 got indicted. So it's like there's a switchover. Like I know like Q was talking about, either they returned or something here.
Well, I was also hearing that the reason for the sealed indictments means that it's a criminal organization sometimes, and by arresting 1 or 2 people like you normally would, like people think, then that would lead to others that haven't been arrested yet to destroy evidence, to flee, to start destroying things, So it's all at once a lot of times because it's a widespread organization almost, where there's a lot of gears running at the same time. But let's go over this a little bit.
Attack effort.
Yeah, exactly. So look at this. Like, I just saw Cisco Systems right down here.
Right there. Yeah.
USA resigned.
Wow. I mean, Cisco is huge, people. They have their tentacles in every part of military, commercial, residential. Top 5
by organization.
Excuse me.
White House, 30, Newsweek, Media Corp. Countries. USA,
Australia, Russia. Look at that USA Gymnastics. You see the little underage human trafficking possibly through the gymnastics area, because they're all...
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
So
Healthcare.
Top reasons: resigned, retired, fired, dead, missing, dead, 38.
Whoa. Healthcare. Yeah, geez.
Top 5 by position. Number 1 is CEOs by 1,060. Directors are 288. Board members 262. Chiefs 222. CEO and presidents 192.
President. Jeez, these aren't small time people. These aren't like secretary, assistant director to the to the secretary.
Look at this information. So 9 of 2017, 10. October's when Hoover kicked in, 133. Then it just
you can almost kind of see when he got in, and probably around December of 2017 when he started slapping it down and started like, okay, here they come. Indictments, yeah. Pull that bad boy up. Name Philip Arty, the company, White House, what is it?
These would only be by name.
Theranos, Elizabeth Holmes. Elizabeth Holmes, that sounds familiar. Theranos. Secretary of Regulators called her a fraud and forced her to give up the company she built. Secretaries, regulators. That's all the exchange and trading on Wall Street and New York Stock Exchange type stuff and insider stuff. All right, what do you got here? This is the actual. Oh, I love they give you the case number or because it's not a cause number. We're not talking about district court or superior court. This is federal, so it's a case, not a cause number. So it's awesome. They actually give you the actual case number with the file link PDF in it, which is amazing.
I'm just trying to see here how many.
Where does it say like Utah, USA versus? I don't. Some of these names I'm not without their actually companies or
Dang, this is where
who
we're
they
at.
are.
40,000.
Yeah, no,
No, 'cause we're only at
20,400.
But these wouldn't have names if they're sealed, though. So I don't know what this one.
No, yeah, no, they do. They do. The case name is USA versus like the right one at the very top. You know, Costella Regas, Lolico, or versus Kelly
the
versus
signed
Johnson
or the
and Kelly.
sealed, the sealed indictments.
The
I know
sealed
some
ones
of them
don't.
have
Yeah.
been unsealed, but
Mm.
I don't know if these are.
But it'd be interesting. Who just be funny, just to crazy, just to Google some of these people's name. Look, the Pope.
Hey, look at how deep we are. 30,000.
30,000. Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know.
Obregon.
It's in the 40s. Yeah, I don't know on that one.
It's just
Crazy.
amazing. No, I like that.
But some of the facts, folks, is Huber. He's been investigating multiple things. We're waiting on IG reports from Huber. Everyone's been thinking this whole time that Sessions hasn't done anything. He should be doing this. He should be doing that. And it really appears he hasn't been. Trump's even hammering him. He should have told me he was going to recuse himself. Either, that's supposed to be a really good game, according to Q. So we're going to go ahead and say that's the way that Trump's going to deserve a really big Oscar after all this or whatever, for acting so well.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we'll definitely have the Globe nominee for what it is for sure. But it's like, and it's interesting because, when it came out, the first indictment or the IG report, I should say, we knew it was heavily modified, heavily redacted, and it only had a few little snippets here and there of possible other sealed indictments or other things that were going on. They couldn't quite, I guess you could say, they couldn't quite expand on, they just said, crimes against children. Like, whoa, those three words that invokes lots of who knows, I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I was still thinking on that it couldn't be by chance. They're saying nothing's left to chance. I mean, even down to when Trump communicated with his finger, 5 of 5 comms, and his fingers were there and pointing, can you hear
how he
me?
held it and whatnot.
Well, he wouldn't have turned that around to let a picture be taken of it. The guy's smart. You're on point. You're not going to flip it around and have your fingers a certain way if you're not meaning for that. He knew pictures would be taken of it, and they actually muffled him on what was written on there. It was talking points for that day because he was at some, I think, a thing for survivors at a school catastrophe, or I don't think it was a shooting,
something of that nature.
Something had happened.
Something he was there to speak on.
Yeah, but and you wouldn't get Jeff Sessions to be your general or attorney general and not know that he was going to recuse himself. That was probably talked about, like, well, I'd love to be your attorney general, but I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm going to have to recuse myself because of. And he's like, I want you to. That's perfect. And that was all part of the plan.
Yeah, that's the whole point. Yeah,
and
trust
then
the plan.
This whole time, why does he throw a couple of tidbits? Just to keep it legit looking and the media to talk about something. We'll throw them bullshit to talk about and be all pissed. Oh, look, he slams Attorney General Jeff Sessions. We know the media loves that go-to of when something lines up and it's like, folks, he picked this guy and it's a Republican. And it's a Republican.
Yes.
That almost
like,
annihilates
bang,
anything
bang,
going,
bang. Don't you see it? Yeah, that's like they're drop the mic and walk away mode. And you're like, are you serious?
Statement?
That's all you got? That's all you got? Okay, he's Republican.
This is why it's called the deep state. There's people on both parties, folks. It crosses all party lines. It crosses everything. There is no rules like that. There are rules, but
there's just not the ones you and I have to follow. Yeah, exactly. I agree 100%. I mean, and even Trump's going off on his Twitter as well, and kind of keeping that hot and rocking about what he's kind of going, which is interesting because we've said this many times before. with the whole way that Trump came in using Twitter as part of his, cut the middleman
As a
BS
tool.
out. And oh yeah, exactly. And it's amazing. It's like, his last one, well, one of the last one, he posted 4 hours ago. United States has ended the ridiculous $230 million yearly development payment to Syria. Saudi Arabia and other rich countries in the Middle East will start making payments instead of the U.S. I want to develop the U.S., our military and country that helps us. Like,
and I
we could
I
use
read that
some of
one
that over
earlier.
here.
I said
You
that
were
there's
doing that.
nothing
You're
wrong
saying
with that. There's nothing wrong.
no.
I mean, and help the countries that is that the one that he said takes away money from Saudi Arabia?
Yeah, because we're giving it's a Syria. We're giving Syria right now, currently, like right now, a yearly budget of what does it say?
Yeah.
$230
We want to help
million.
rebuild people that help us in some kind of way.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
not?
we're
I'm
talking.
all for that.
There's a lot of countries support us and want to do what we're doing, and especially if they're in a militarily strategic area or they have natural resources that they want to go to the open market. They want to help get there safely, kind of like back in the day when most people wouldn't know what they would remember the movie Black Hawk Down, but it was during Somalia and this whole conflict where we couldn't get food to these people because the warlords are coming in and taking food away. And this is like something so simple. It's like, well, I just want to send my dollar to the starving kids in Haiti and $1.50 a day. And what they don't realize is you're paying that evil machine. You can't do it that way. And so. With what he was saying is like you can't we're not giving it to Syria. We're kidding? Did we just bomb them a few months ago? It's like, and we're giving them money. It's like we're gonna bomb you, then we're gonna give you money to build the wall or build your wall or build your city and stuff. And it's like, the fundamentally, if it's not a Western civilization or Westernized civilization, they're not gonna conform. They're gonna take our money and then try to build IEDs and other different things to kill our soldiers going there to help protect the watering well to help feed the local cattlemen and the local farmers.
Yeah, these people
this is crazy.
Whatever it takes, whatever they can get to get. Well, we've seen it for the last several decades, folks, that they do this. They just say whatever it takes. They don't really do fair deals. Time goes by. They don't, flip the tables around for a while and give back, or we'll start paying a little more in a couple years. Nope, it doesn't happen. They'll sit,
And
idle.
the most
while
in most
US
of the American
taxpayers
public
do it all.
yes, and we've just been lapping it up, and and for many years, myself included, and we've just been like, that's just how it is. It will never change. It will always, trillions and trillions, and the deficit just goes up. It's just like you go out to the middle of, in New York, and right in front of the stock exchange, and they have that nice, huge, like almost like an old school ticker tape, but in digital form, and it's telling you the deficit, and it's like climbing, and there's the numbers on the far right hand side are going so quick that it's like skipping between like 0909090909. It's going so fast, and it's going, and it's like this huge crazy deficit that's being built, and things like this 230 million here, 180 million here. It's like, that could have repaved the entire, from eastern seaboard to the western seaboard, I-80-90 corridor. Yeah. They could have got all repaved, no more potholes, new schools. I mean, how many schools? Equipment. Yes, I have like are cold in the winter time and that are hot in the summer times, and the kids got to go to school. I mean, simple things like that. It's like we just need 30,000. I mean, how many schools could have got HVAC upgraded systems for 280 million just last year? Not like for forever, but just last year, a yearly budget. I think our schools could use an upgrade, and at least here, infrastructure back home could use a fresh touch up. 280 million. A year instead of giving it to Syria. These people, and it goes on. So it's even that sickening, because you start to realize the scope of how we've been raked over the coals and so used.
Oh yeah,
so used.
Just
dirty.
it's
used.
like cut really good deals. I can get it maybe. I don't know. It was a way to boost some of these, but it just seems like if we really knew it all, there was probably a lot of side deals, a lot of money made for certain individuals. That's what's dirty about it. You can almost live with it and bitch about, man, we're getting all this money over there, but people are living really horrible conditions, or but the Haiti issue, that is horrible. Certain group of people move in, get all this stuff awarded, promise to build schools, but all it really ends up happening, a bunch of missing kids, human trafficked, no schools got built, billions of dollars were made. The people even
still
there
starving kids
are really, really pissed off. Unbelievable, folks.
They were even worse off. They would rather have the whole hurricane and all this kind of stuff, or whatever. I meant the hurricane, but everything, the natural disaster again, versus having the Clinton Foundation come in and help them, because they knew it's like, oh, they survived one natural disaster and one man-made disaster.
Exactly.
That's really what it boils down to. And it's just, we talked about this before. I think in closing, I would say something to the fact of, put on the full armor of God, man. That's going to be the way that you're going to be able to, thwart the fiery arrows of the evil one. And he's behind all this crazy stuff. And pray for our leaders. These people need wisdom. Pray so that the Creator would give them wisdom. Because at this point in time, these people are so nefarious. They're following the deceiver. So think about it. They're following the evil one. He's yes. So, yes.
I don't know if you want to do another 20-30 minute one right after this.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
We'll bring the people some good info for this Saturday night, late night red pill session. Yeah. We just like to keep them a little short.
Definitely
when
hit
they go
hard.
Out, folks. Everyone likes the 20 under 30 minutes. I get it. But we'll do 2 of them.
And, of course, we can only sit for so long. It's veterans. We're not as
like
stable as we used to be physically.
In actually, so we just got to take the time to put some stuff together. Some things are on back order, folks, but a few of the boxes came in. So,
nice.
Well, let's. All right, we'll be back, folks. Let me close it out here. The Patriot Hour, we appreciate you coming by, stopping in, joining us this evening. We're going to be back here with another episode real soon, so you're going to get a part 2 of this. We'll get into some other topics. We appreciate it, folks. Please subscribe, like, share, comment. We'll take a look in the comment section. There's tons of great comments in the comment section. The greatest patriots in the on the internet, around the world, around the globe, are on this channel down below, and they will point you in the right direction time after time. Again, read everything, watch everything you can, listen to everything you can, but believe none of it until you can verify it in your own right. What sits right with you? You got the armor of God on, as Ben said, and as I've said in the past couple of videos lately. You get the full armor of God, and you can never really be duped because you're ready for it. You got the eyes to see and the ears to hear. And keep that in mind as we move forward here. All right, I'm Mike. This is a Patriot Hour. God bless, Godspeed to each and every one of you worldwide. And we'll see you back here real soon on the next Patriot Hour update video.
Working in the dark against your fellow man. But as sure as God made black and white, what's done in the dark will be brought to the light. Down